ago, when my hair was dark, my beard was ginger, and all my teeth were my own. And there was a boy called Jack, and he lived with his mum. And they lived on a farm, and it was a bad year, and it was a bad harvest. There was next to nothing to eat. And it was winter time. Snow was on the ground. And Jack turned to his mum and said, "Mum, give me a cake and a jug of milk, and I'll be off to seek my fortune." And Mum said, "Well, Jack, take half a cake and half a jug of milk and go with my blessing. Or a whole cake and a whole jug of milk and go with that." And of course, Jack, being a kind boy, took the half a cake and half a jug of milk, and he set off down the road. Well, he'd hardly gone down the road when he heard a stomping and a clomping and a braying from the stream below. He looked down, and there was a donkey drowning. As quick as he could, he got a pile of stones, threw them into the stream, and he built a bridge, and he pulled out the donkey. And you all know exactly what the donkey said: "Thank you very much, for I would have surely died." "And where do you happen to be going?" "Well, I'm off to seek my fortune," said Jack, "or at least live to the next harvest." "Do you mind if I come with you?" said the donkey. "Not at all," said Jack, and they set off down the road. But they had hardly gone down the road when they came to a city, and there was a group of children, and they were. They were chasing a dog, and tied to the dog's tail was a kettle, and they were throwing stones at the dog and stones at the kettle. And Jack turned to the donkey and said, "When they come past, bray as loud as you can." And as the children came by, Jack shouted, "Now!" And the donkey brayed, "Ee-aw, ee-aw, ee-aw." And the children were so frightened, they ran off in all directions. But Jack got the dog, took the kettle off its tail, and you all know exactly what the dog said: "Thank you very much. And where do you happen to be going?" "Well, we're off to seek our fortune," said Jack, "or at least live to the next harvest. Do you mind if I come with you?" said the dog. "Not at all," said Jack, and they set off down the road. Well, it was that time of day when you get hungry. Well, some of you, I know, get hungry all day. But do you like my hat? It's from Lapland. And from Finnish Lapland. It's a Sami hat. "Do you mind if I come with you?" said the dog. "Not at all," said Jack, and they set off down the road. Well, it was about that time of day when you get a bit hungry, and they all sat down, cleared a bit of snow aside, sat down on some rocks by the road, and had something to eat. Jack was eating a bone. Jack was eating his cake. The dog was eating a bone, obviously, and the donkey was eating some thistles. When along came a cat, and this is absolutely true. That cat was no fatter than... I can't see anything that I want to use. No fatter than my finger. And "Looks like you've seen 9 rooftops since breakfast," said Jack. "Would you like a saucer of milk?" And of course the cat lapped up the saucer of milk. And you all know exactly what the cat said: "Thank you very much, for I would have surely died." "And where do you happen to be going?" "Well, I'm off to seek me fortune," said Jack, "or at least live to the next harvest." "Do you mind if I come with you?" said the cat. "Not at all," said Jack, and they set off down the road. Well, they had hardly gone down the road when running in front of them was a fox. "Quick, after him," said Jack, and the dog started chasing the fox, and the dog was running, the fox ran, the dog was running, the fox ran, the dog was running, the fox ran, the dog was nearly on the fox dropped the cockerel, cockerel got on the dog's back, went back to Jack. You know exactly what the cockerel said: "Thank you very much, for I would have surely died." "And where do you happen to be going?" "Well, I'm off to seek me fortune," said Jack, "or at least live to the next harvest." "Do you mind if I come with you?" Said the cockerel. "Not at all," said Jack, and they set off down the road. So, many friends did we have? We had Jack, we had the donkey, we had the dog, we had the cat, and we got the cockerel, which some of you might call a rooster. And it got dark, and they were looking for somewhere to stay, and there wasn't anywhere to stay. They all lay down in a clearing in the woods. But the snow hadn't fallen. There was a nice little bed of leaves, all except for the cockerel, who went to sleep in the branch of a tree. But had hardly been asleep when the cock started crying. "What's all that noise?" said the donkey. "It must be morning," said the cockerel. "Look, there's a light over there." "It must be the sun rising." "That's not the sun rising," said the donkey. "That's a candle in the cottage window, and it wasn't there earlier. We'd better wake up Jack and the others and find out what's going on." So Jack and the dog and the cat and the cockerel and the donkey crept down to the cottage, and they crept in. They looked in through the window, and there in through the window they saw 6 robbers. And one was eating chicken's legs, and one was drinking lemonade, and one was counting gold and silver. And Jack said, "When I give the signal, make as much noise as you can." And he counted 1, and he counted 2, and he counted 3, and the dog started barking, and the donkey started braying, and the cat started meowing, and the cockerel started crowing, and the robbers were so frightened they ran out and went and hid in the woods. Jack and his companions went inside and made themselves comfortable. But up in the woods, the robbers started complaining. "I'd hardly started my chicken's legs," said one. "I'd hardly had a sup out of my lemonade," said the other. "Think of all that gold and silver," said the other. And the robber chief said, "Look, I'll go down and I'll find out what's going on." And he crept down to the cottage, and he crept inside. And it was so dark he couldn't see his finger in front of his nose. He crept over the fireplace, and he tripped over the dog, and the dog bit him all up his legs. And he ran in the kitchen. And he tripped over the cat, and the cat scratched him down his front, and he was running out the door, and the cockerel dropped down the top of the door and pecked him over his face. And he ran out to the stable, and the donkey kicked him so hard he flew all the way back to the woods. Well, when he told his friends what had happened, they never went back to the cottage again. But Jack and his companions lived there in luxury for the rest of their lives. And if any of you had been passing, if you had knocked on the door, you'd have been given something to eat, something to drink, and of course, if you were very tired, a bed to sleep in. Now, of course, Jack asked his mum to come and live with him, but she said, "I like it here on my farm." But he always made sure she had enough money and enough food to live comfortably for the rest of her life. You be kind to each other.